passing through, a bit too late for the day to be here to go get to my dad's to get some food and stuff to do that day. Do that day. Do that day. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna wanna. It's the time of day I can get my hair cut. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna wanna. It's the time of day I can get my hair cut. In town tomorrow or Saturday morning, and then go hang with me. Ha 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 ha. I wanna come back in town tomorrow or Saturday morning, and then go hang with me. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna wanna. It's the time of day I can get my hair cut. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna wanna. It's the time of day I can get my hair cut. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna wanna. It's the time of day I can get my hair cut. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna wanna. It's the time of day I can get my hair cut. A bit too late for the day to be here to go get to my dad's to get some food and stuff to do that day. 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 Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna wanna. It's the time of day I can get my hair cut. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna wanna. It's the time of day I can get my hair cut. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna wanna. It's the time of day I can get my hair cut. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna wanna. It's the time of day I can get my hair cut. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna wanna. It's the time of day I can get my hair cut. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna wanna. It's the time of day I can get my hair cut. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna wanna. It's the time of day I can get my hair cut. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna wanna. It's the time of day I can get my hair cut. Turn to months sun in your face, and you say you've turned the page. Now that it's done, do you want to have some fun with someone? Anyone else who is feeding everyone's scared of the real thing. Rage is like sand, it will slip right through your hand. Love is a pearl that will open you back up to the world. Salt of the earth, you were never. If I eat the dirt, will it make me clever? Will it make me clever? I was never. Will it make me clever? I was never. Will it make me clever? I was never. I was never. I killed the bugs I called my friends and used their guts as ink. I long for empty afternoons bleeding from the knees, when you would catch my laughter and eat it as a snack. Though sticks and scarves, unfinished carvings still sit on my back. And I will love you as you are, deep into my grave. And I will keep you as you are, and never let you change. We burned our names on paper and sent wishes to the dead. I sliced your palm and wrote your songs and let you take the bed. The world we made is far away and full of fruit low hung. There's no room for another soul, and no one speaks the tongue. And I will love you as you are, deep into my grave. And I will keep you as you are, and never let you change. All that you do, I wanna do. All that you do in a day. All that you do, I wanna do. All that you do in a day. All that you do, I wanna do. All that you do in a day. All that you do, I wanna do. All that you do in a day. And I will love you as you are, deep into my grave. And I will keep you as you are, and never let you change. And I will love you as you are, deep into my grave. And I will keep you as you are, and never let you fade away. I'm so tired of nothing, really half the time you think I'm rolling over. Lonely is a solid place, a land I love. I wish to hold it open. First, I never quench the thirst. My throat's on fire. There's never enough water. Wet the skin and kiss my eyes. There's more outside than winter in the garden. But no, I don't feel it now. I don't feel it now. I don't feel it now. I don't feel it. Yeah, I don't mean 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 it. Cardinal, he came to me, sat on the tree above the frozen water. Blush of red beside my head. I'll take the sign I'm given, not forgotten. Stop the spout, it's spilling out. Spit ripples in my mouth. I'm making over. But no, I don't feel it. 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 Yeah, I don't mean 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 it. No, I don't feel 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 it. Yeah, I don't mean 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 it. No, I don't feel 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 it. Yes, I don't mean 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 it. No, I don't feel 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 it. Yes, I don't mean 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 it. No, I don't feel 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 it. Yes, I don't mean 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 it. No, I don't feel 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 it. Yes, I don't mean it. Yes, I don't mean it. Yes, I don't mean it. Don't mean it. Don't mean it. Don't mean it.
Hi, my name is Sima Cunningham, and I am one of the members of Finom, which is the Chicago-based band. And I'm going to give you a little rundown of my rig, which has shrunk down quite quite a lot. Since we've been touring a lot, we used to always put our guitar pedals in our coat pockets so that we didn't have to pay extra for baggage fees. So try and make the most out of the smallest amount of stuff, which is also kind of the general ethos for our band, is make as much noise with as few tools as possible. So, basic rig. I brought my Sweet amp because this is the amp that I started with this band, but I generally play a couple different amps. I sometimes play a Magnetone amp, especially for recordings, but I often just play Fender Deluxes because when touring, I like to stay as efficient as possible, and you can always find a Deluxe anywhere. I play this Stratocaster, and really only this Stratocaster. This is a Stratocaster that my dad had, this old Strat called the Bastard Strat, and it had these cool pickups in it, these hot reel pickups. And my brother found this guitar. This was like his backup touring guitar for a while, and then I took Bastard Strat pickups, put it in it. I love it because it's kind of a wacky guitar. It's sort of out of balance, but the neck pickup has like this really beefy sound. And our band used to never have a bass player. We used to never really tour with bass, so I always wanted to fill out really kind of the mid-low end with my guitar. So I pretty much only play it on this pickup, and I love it very much. And it's got all kinds of, it's been a little beat up, but it's okay. It's a Stratocaster. That's why you play Stratocasters. So they're great guitars. And then my rig rundown. This pedal, I've been playing with this Maleko Echo, the analog delay. I really like it because I'm not sure that they meant to do this, but it also kind of functions as like a boost or drive pedal. So it's great because it kind of helps me, if I want to be especially on our new record, we had a lot of acoustic guitar on the record, but I don't want to tour with an acoustic guitar. So sometimes I sort of try and get that more jangly or trebly thing by just keeping the delay super fast and then kind of keeping that on a lot. I also love this mode chorus, but this special cranker that I got, Earthquaker gave these out to a bunch of artists at the Solid Sound Festival, and I got this right before we went into the studio at the Loft with Jeff Tweedy, and I ended up using this on tons of the record. I really love it. It's a really fun drive pedal. It kind of gives me exactly the teeth that I want for guitar solos, but also kind of it gives me a lot of sustain for if I'm doing any kind of swelly stuff with the guitar pedals. So really love that. And then and then I guess the last one, when we were in the studio, we played for Haircut, we played around with this really cool bit crusher that Jeff had, but I don't have that. But luckily, right at that time, our friend Michael Patrick Avery, who's a really amazing musician, drummer, and makes cool specialty pedals. Macie will tell you about hers as well. But he made this kind of bit crusher pedal. He was listening to the record. He was like, I think I got something for you. So I have that now, and I'm enjoying this one because it's I like pedals that are a little chaotic and you don't always know how to predict them, because I think it keeps you on your toes on stage and makes kind of makes it a little bit crazy to interact with your own rig, which I think is a very fun thing. So that's basically my rig.
I'm Macie Stewart, and I'm part of the band Finom, and I'm going to tell you about my rig. I play out of 2 amps at once, which has really been a really fun thing. I started, as Sima was saying before, we didn't really have bass in our band, so we were kind of filling in all of those gaps, and I ended up getting this pedal, this octave multiplexer, or maybe it's multiplier pedal from Electro Harmonics. And we kind of stole it from Sima's brother so that we could play around with it. And it is awesome because it gives me a lot of bass signal. So whenever I turn on this pedal, that's kind of the bass sound that you hear. And ended up running it through both of these amps so I could get a good kind of trebly guitar sound and get some low end to fill in with that. and I split the signal between both of them. And I also had to replace the speaker in this box amp because I blew out 2 speakers because I had too much bass going through them. So I ended up replacing it with a special speaker that actually can handle more bass. But then it still has a lot of that box like jangly sound. So I could get all of the worlds combined into one. But yeah, this octave multiplier pedal is probably like the most important thing on my rig because it enables me to play with octaves and get some really weird robotic sounds going. Another one to point out is the Michael Patrick Avery pedal that I also have because Sima has a bit crusher, and then I have the Zip Ripper is what it's called, and it's kind of based loosely off of a Fuzz Factory, but then also it was fun because Michael asked me what kind of fuzz I like to use, and I described it to him, and he asked a couple other guitar players, so it kind of feels very catered to the fuzz that I like to use, and it's really is a really fun one to play around with. Another great pedal I have on the board is this platform pedal, also by Electro Harmonics, which sort of makes it sound like a pedal steel. It makes it so that you don't have to use your volume knob to have the signal go in and out. And it also has a really, really gnarly drive on it as well. So it creates this crazy sound that we used a lot on the record. I also have a carbon copy Bright by MXR, which is my favorite delay pedal. But I have a few more pedals on my board than Sima does, but I do use them all, I swear. I have a freeze pedal on here, and I also have this great pedal called the Elgato Destructo, which is another kind of drive pedal made by Burnt Out Effects, and it was actually, the story of this one is fun because we were playing a gig in Minneapolis, and the sound person made these pedals, and I traded him our CDs for this pedal, and now it's been kind of my trusty drive for a while since then. And then the Ghost Echo, and that is my rig. Oh yeah, I play a Strat as well. I don't really know anything about the pickups. I got it from Sima's friend Lydia for $10, and I love it because it does exactly what you want a guitar to do, and for that reason, that's why I like to play it for this band, because then all the chaos comes from what we play and from here. That's my rig. We started off because we really enjoyed singing together, and we'd been singing in other people's projects, and I had been singing in Sima's band, and Sima had sung in my band sometimes, and we realized that we really enjoyed singing together and kind of naturally gravitated.
We were spending a lot of time in the improvised music world in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work at a place called Constellation, and we were seeing a lot of just music and improvisers that was really exciting to us, and some guitar improvisation that I think for both of us interested us enough, and felt like, a little bit of like, okay, I don't know if we can do that, but I think that we can experiment and try out.
This ethos of like, all right, we want to play with texture, we want to play with sound, we want to, we wanted to play the electric guitar not necessarily as okay, we're accompanying ourselves with chords. We wanted to expand whatever the textures were that it could give us.
Yeah, and I think also the feeling of both of us wanted to approach playing electric guitar, playing loud guitar, but not approaching it from a shreddy standpoint.
Exactly.
So not feeling like what I want to do is rip a really, really a perfect solo, but that actually we want to use it sometimes as a percussion instrument or sometimes just as a noise instrument. And, of course, in there, some of like our experience as musicians was also, infused into there in our songwriting, but that's where the band really started, and it's evolved over years, of course, because we've been playing electric guitar for a really long time now.
And I think also like generally some of our ethos with this is like, okay, how can we approach an instrument and make it sound like what it's not?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that that works with our voices, and that works with our songwriting, and it works with, you know, I think just a lot of the way that we create. Yeah, we both make a lot of music together and a lot of music separately, and I think sometimes it is a bit of we just have to bring it to each other and see what feels good, like what each of us can inhabit together, because I think Finom is sort of its own, we've talked about it a bit, but Finom is its own character. It's the both of us together. It's not either one of our personalities separately. It's like this whole new creature that is created, and if a song is brought in and one of us does not feel like we can fit inside of it, or that this character cannot inhabit it, then we kind of will like put it aside, and maybe it'll be for something else.
That's not to say like what we make as Finom is still like deeply personal, but I think we really feel like there's sort of like this connective tissue between us, and we try on the songs in that space, and if it feels like it makes sense there, and it's a little hard to describe, but there's like definitely a specific kind of tone and shape of music that we both can kind of identify, where it's like this is a Finom. This feels like us. It doesn't feel like you. It doesn't feel like me. So
and I think it's kind of nice that we can't really put it into words, so like it keeps it purely in this like very creative space where we're like we know, you know, we have to use our intuition to figure that out, and I think that that's something really satisfying.
Staying sane on the road, I mean, we've learned a lot over the years of how to like take care of each other and how to give each other space on the road, or show up for each other in like different ways and check in on each other and make sure that we've eaten or that we know where we're going to next. We generally like tour manage ourselves and do a lot of managing of our own stuff, which is really hard sometimes, but also is great. We try at this point, 10 years in, we try and do a mix of like staying with friends and then, sometimes, staying at a hotel so that we can really get that good reset. And, it's so interesting though, like where you stay on tour, because you really want a mix of it, right? Because you're traveling all this time, and if you're just staying at hotels, it can feel a little Groundhog Day, and like you're kind of lost and alienated. But then also sometimes you need to just go to a bare hotel room and not speak to the soul.
I would like to turn this off. I have no more to give.
Yeah. I think we, do a pretty good job at monitoring your tater tot intake.
Oh yeah.
Try and keep it to like 2 rounds of tots a week.
If you're like
sometimes
if you're touring the Midwest, you are.
There's curds.
You really gotta watch
it's either
out.
Tater tots or cheese curds. So that's where the diversification of food comes in.
But I think we've been touring for so long now at this point, and have gone through so many different iterations of touring and levels of responsibility with each other and individually, and I feel like we've come to this thing now where we're like, okay, we need to delegate tasks. We need to make sure we're checking in with each other. We need to make sure we're checking in with ourselves so that we're bringing our best selves to this very tiny space that we're all sharing together. Because, it's like one small thing can affect the group, and that is, that's a really beautiful thing about touring, but also like a really hard thing about touring. So just trying to keep personal and group morale up.
Yeah. I think Not God is an evolution. I don't think that Finom Not God is like a departure or a new project. But I also think that it's a little hard for us to like always identify exactly what it is. Like, it's so interesting. We get really, you're kind of in the headspace of making a record together, writing songs together. And it's not like it just sits in front of you like, oh, that's the record, that's the sound, this is what we're going to do. For us, it's always been about kind of like wordlessly finding our way there together. And because of that, sometimes it's not until like a year after the record comes out or after we've toured it a bunch that we're like, oh, actually that's like what this record means. That's what we were doing. So much of making a record is about capturing a performance of like what is going on internally for an artist. And often they don't know how to say what it is. That's why it's tricky to give interviews even before the record comes out, because they're sort of like, what exactly were you trying to do there? And it's like,
I don't know.
I'm working through stuff. I was angry, I was happy, I was maybe trying to say something to that one person a couple years ago, but now it feels like it's something.
It's like to this person.
Really different.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think about records as like capturing a moment in time. I think that's what's so special to me about making music, and then also listening to music, is like it's what this specific person or these specific people made at this specific moment. And I think that is, we made this record at this time. We're not going to know, you kind of don't know how you feel about it, or what it, like Sima was saying, what it all means until you're reflecting back maybe later. And I feel like this record came from a lot of time spent alone, but also a lot of time spent together, and a lot of change in our lives, and all of those things are being funneled through this creative process that we have with each other, and then this character that we create with each other. And
I think also like this like maybe like a drifting apart of each other, but then like a re-meeting each other in like a different context, and knowing still that there's like a reason why we feel magnetism towards each other. I think that was like something that, in the process of this record, we had a lot of conversations of like, God, I love making music with you, and like, let's dive in and see what happens if we try it this way again. So